I didn't understand that as a young girl. Like, why is she doing this? This is so evil. This is so awful.
Went home because you don't want me there anymore. So I didn't finish that trip.
That's not true.
That's what I was told.
I don't have the power that I went to.
The drama surrounding Naomi Campbell has taken on a life far bigger than the runway she once ruled. For decades, she has been untouchable in the public imagination, the original supermodel, the fashion icon, the woman whose walk alone could silence an entire room. But now, in the darker corners of the internet, a different narrative is unfolding. One that doesn't just question who she knew, but what she knew.
Did with the little short black whips
that.
and
You
stuff.
told me that, yeah,
yes.
I remember.
And Naomi, you got up, pushed me away, and said, yeah, I fought.
her friendship, whatever.
And whether her glittering empire hides something far more disturbing beneath the surface. It starts with whispers about private islands and secluded villas, an eco-mansion shaped like the ancient Egyptian Eye of Horus, reportedly gifted by billionaire ex-boyfriend Vladislav Doronin.
You and Puffy are very close.
Very.
Sitting on a Turkish island like something out of a Bond villain fantasy. A sprawling luxury retreat in Malindi, Kenya, where Naomi has hosted A-list friends for decades. To most, these are simply symbols of extraordinary wealth. But to conspiracy theorists, they are something else entirely, potential hubs, hidden in plain sight. And then there's the Epstein connection. Recently unsealed documents reveal that Naomi and Jeffrey Epstein remained in contact for roughly 15 years, from 2001 to 2016. Emails show shared parties, travel arrangements, jet requests, visits to his New York home. In 2010, 2 years after Epstein's conviction for procuring a minor,
I remember this because I was so new and young. You said, I have to ask you something. Do they try to make you look like me?
he was reportedly invited by Doronin to join Naomi on a private Nile boat trip. That same year, Epstein discussed expanding into modeling agencies, allegedly seeing the industry as fertile ground for meeting young women. Naomi has fiercely denied any wrongdoing. She has described her association with Epstein as casual, overstated. She says she was introduced to him on her 31st birthday, that he was simply one of thousands of powerful figures circulating in elite spaces. When news of his crimes broke, she said she felt physically sick. She stood with the victims. She called his actions indefensible. Her words were emotional, measured, defensive but composed. She insists she had no knowledge of what he was doing behind closed doors. But
Right.
And I said, I don't know about so much now, but in LA, yeah, they really...
critics point to the paper trail and ask how casual it really was. One accuser has publicly challenged her, claiming Naomi saw her at parties, on planes, in Epstein's homes. Ghislaine Maxwell, in a released interview transcript, suggested Naomi likely visited Little St. James at some point and emphasized that Naomi's relationship with Epstein was independent of her own. That single word, independent, has fueled even more speculation. Independent how? Personal how? And then the theories widen. Investigative threads have suggested Epstein's network explored recruitment hubs in East Africa. Naomi, coincidentally or not, owns property in Kenya and was appointed International Magical Kenya Tourism Ambassador in 2021. Online commentators have spun that into something sinister, alleging that mentorship programs like her reality show The Face or her work with young models could be fronts for recruitment pipelines. No concrete proof has emerged to substantiate these claims, but in the age of digital suspicion, absence of proof often becomes proof of concealment in the public imagination. The Eye of Horus mansion adds another layer. In Egyptian history, it symbolizes protection and healing. Online, it's rebranded as a signal to secret societies. The glass dome, the layout, the symbolism, conspiracy culture has turned architecture into alleged ritual space. To some,
And you turned.
I did.
You went from the sweetest woman that was giving me vitamins to...
it's just eccentric luxury design. To others, it's coded messaging. And hovering around all of this is Tyra Banks. Their rivalry is fashion folklore. Tyra has openly described being terrified of Naomi early in her career, going home crying after feeling pushed out and sabotaged. On the Tyra Banks show in 2005, she confronted Naomi directly, accusing her of belittling comments backstage. "You'll never be me." Naomi denied it, calm but firm. The tension was thick, unresolved even when the cameras stopped rolling. Now, people reinterpret Tyra's old fear as something deeper. If Tyra, who has seen the industry's underbelly, once warned people not to underestimate Naomi, was that simply about power? Or something else entirely? That's the leap the internet is making. And then there's Diddy. Naomi publicly called him her brother, celebrated him, stood proudly by his side. Photos of lavish parties, glowing captions, unwavering loyalty. But when serious allegations emerged against him, many of those photos quietly disappeared from her social media. To critics, that looked like damage control. To supporters, it was self-preservation. Her charity, Fashion for Relief, has also faced scrutiny for financial mismanagement, with reports of funds spent on luxury expenses rather than causes. Again, defenders call it poor oversight. Detractors call it something more calculated. Piece by piece, theory by theory, Naomi Campbell is being reframed in certain circles, not as a bystander in elite spaces, but as a strategist, someone who mastered proximity to power and possibly leveraged it. Yet despite the rumors, despite the documents, despite the speculation, no court has charged her with crimes related to Epstein. No definitive evidence has surfaced proving she orchestrated anything beyond navigating the same elite world many celebrities inhabit. And that's where the story becomes so unsettling. Because it lives in the gray, in the space between association and accusation, between documented contact and proven complicity, between internet theory and legal reality. Naomi Campbell remains a towering figure in fashion, admired, feared, iconic. But her name now carries an asterisk in certain conversations, a question mark that refuses to fade. Is she simply another powerful figure who unknowingly brushed shoulders with monsters? Or is there more beneath the surface of those private islands and exclusive guest lists? In an era where elite circles are being exposed one by one, the public is no longer willing to accept surface-level explanations. The glamour doesn't distract like it used to. And every old photo, every archived email, every past alliance is being re-examined under a harsher light. So what do you think? Is this just another case of guilt by association amplified by the internet? Or are there too many coincidences to ignore? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the stories hiding behind celebrity headlines, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel.